Hello everyone. Welcome once again to the 2020 Talk Show, a 20-minute talk show that puts the spotlight on you. I'm Rotarian Sandeep Ohri and I thank you for joining me once again. This is the fourth in our series and I'd like to thank you for the encouragement. You know, the earlier videos have reached over 10, 12,000 people and the feedback is really encouraging. Please keep that coming in. It encourages me to do more of this. But like I always say, this program is not about me. I've been blessed to have met a lot of wonderful people who have some really fascinating stories. And I invite them to share these stories here with you in an effort that these stories will help inspire, motivate, and even educate the rest of us and probably help us improve our lives a little better. Many of them go about their daily lives, you know, in a very casual manner, like they're in their own quiet manner, and we really don't know what they've been through. Some of their stories have never been shared before. Some of them are appearing, you know, on screen in public for the first time. And it is now my privilege to introduce our fourth guest. A quiet, shy schoolgirl from Mumbai, graduated, had an arranged marriage, moved to Kuwait, lived an extended honeymoon till the Gulf War made refugees out of her and her husband. She had to escape from there while she was expecting her first child. She settled down in Coimbatore, which is her husband's native place, and started rebuilding things. Her husband is a Rotarian and she led the women's group into a whole lot of community activities. Among the other things that she's done, she worked with Amway, edited magazines, hosted shows in auditoriums and now online, is part of a humour society too, and I'm quite sure I've missed a few things out. You know, when I asked her how is it that she would like to be introduced, her reply was, I'm a homemaker, I'm not ambitious, I don't know, you decide. Please join me in welcoming the very versatile, the very humble Alka R Chabria-Nichani. Hello Alka. Thank you for joining us. Yeah. Thank you for joining us and thank you for agreeing to share your story with us. Okay, so did I miss out anything?
No, I think, no, maybe the fact that I'm a student of Hindustani classical music, that's an important part
the
of my
singing.
life.
Yes, how could I forget the singing? Yeah. You also made me promise I won't ask you to sing. Okay.
Thank you.
So, okay. I never said I wouldn't. I just said you promised me. Okay, so let's start from school. You were very quiet, as I remember. Okay, and yes, for the audience, yes, we went to school together. Okay, so where was all this talent hidden?
Maybe it needed to be tapped, and I still don't know if I wouldn't call myself talented or anything. I think we all have all sorts of things inside us, and it's just that you never know when something is going to come to the surface. It's just maybe it needs to be tapped and at the right time. So when the tapping happened, I guess something popped up. But that's what happened, I think.
Okay, so I am assuming you're referring to the incident about the Gulf War and how you got out of it. Did it probably happen at that time? If yes, in any case, we would love to hear that story. Please do share with us.
So a story like that would be, you know, something about maybe when you realize that, okay, there is some inner strength inside you. I was pretty young. I got married just as I turned 21 and my husband was working in Kuwait. And that's where we went. And it was really nice. We had a very nice time for almost 3 years. And one morning, we wake up to the sound of some sounds. We don't know what those sounds are. The first sound we heard was our door banging because somebody was knocking very hard on our door. We go out to see it's our neighbors and friends telling us something is up. And then we can hear choppers and, it sounded like bombs going off. So yes, Kuwait was under siege and it had happened overnight. The first thing that happened was that all phone lines were cut and communications were down. And we knew that it's going to be a problem getting food. So the guys all ran to pick up food from the supermarkets. And we were wondering what to do. So we were in siege for a long time, but I was there for about 5 weeks. We were 4 families in our apartment building where we were living, 4 Indian families. So we kind of got together and, we were cooking food in one kitchen in the house of one of our close friends. And we used to be together the whole day and split up at night. And there was not much to do. It was the only thing that used to come on the television was Saddam Hussein. And with nothing else to do but worry. It was either worry or play cards. It was a kind of a big boss situation, and every day we would wonder, should we escape? Should we do this? And then we hear different kinds of news. And well, it was a tough period of life. And also, yes, I was about 2 or 3 months pregnant at the time. So it was an added worry. About 5 weeks into this, when the other guys had all gone to Basra to make a phone call, like I said, there was no phone line available. They went to Basra to call up India, and only my husband Ramesh was with me, and we had gone for a checkup. I was at the gynec hospital, and my friend came running to say that there is a ship sailing out of Kuwait. Now, that ship was one with a flag from Panama, but the captain was Indian, and somehow he had gotten permission to take women and children out of Kuwait. One problem, it was a cargo ship. So, yes, both of us ran home. I remember I didn't even have my checkup. I ran home, put my jewelry somewhere in my person, and took an overnight case. One set of clothes. I think we hardly took any. We forgot to take food, though there was so much food lying at home. And we ran. Ramesh took us to the dock, and we got into the cargo ship. And a cargo ship, it has a hold, which is where we were. Okay, we were in the hold with another 200, 250 mothers and kids. There were wailing kids all around, and it was an atmosphere which would shake you up, kind of. So about a couple of hours into it, we were still docked, and I told her, "I'm done. I just want to go back." And she was older to me and more sensible, and she said, "We're going to wait this out. Just shut up." Now, the reason we were docked still was that I believe the waters were mined, and they needed someone with the knowledge of that to get us out of that. And another thing was that there were no life jackets, because the cargo ship was set up for a crew of about 6 or 7 people, and we were 250 to 300 people on board. There were makeshift toilets. Yeah.
Okay, just tell me one thing. This was sometime in I think in summer, right? This was around August sometime, if I'm not
September.
mistaken.
Yeah, we left on around 5th of September, I think. Yes, the temperatures are like 40 degrees plus, 40, 45 degrees.
Wow.
So we were.
And you guys were in the cargo hold.
We were in a cargo hold. It was sweltering.
Oh boy.
Sometime later, the ship did move, and it was actually going to take us up to Dubai. I mean, at that time, I think we didn't even know where it's going to go, but it was taking us to Dubai, and from Dubai is where we were going to be repatriated. So when we, after it moved, we got out of the cargo hold, slept on the deck. I think slept on a dupatta or something. We didn't even have anything much on us. I remember waking up to a pool of puke right next to me. And
wow.
Yeah. I mean, I think the human spirit, it's such that it gives you the strength when you're facing something. From somewhere the strength comes. I don't know how the time it did go by. We were very hungry. One of the crew members happened to give us some, I think, a couple of eggs and some water, and we somehow got through. There was an air-conditioned cabin, and when you look in, I mean, that would have been for the crew and the captain. Even the tomato sauce and those kind of things looked like looked so appetizing. And then I know that there was somebody inside there who were friends of ours. We thought they were friends of ours. We used to meet on weekends and things like that. And they knew I was out there on the deck, but I was ignored completely. So yes, one lesson in life I learned was about friendships, that friends are the people who are there with you in your hard times. And they are not the good time people. Those are not friends. Those are acquaintances. Yeah. So complete cutoff with those kind of people. And yes, we managed to get to Dubai, and then we were repatriated on some Air India flights, which were a fleet which was grounded earlier. And that first flight came out for us, and then we thought, in for a penny, in for a pound anyway, because if you come this far, then that's how we're going to get back. So yeah, and we got into that flight. The crew was amazingly sweet, and even when we landed, they literally laid out a red carpet for us and said, just walk. You don't even need to go in for any immigration or any check.
Yeah.
And we were really actually emotionally battered, at some level.
Okay.
But when we reached, it was okay. We reached home, but yes, our husbands were still in Kuwait because this was women and children only. And then they found their way back. That's another story, which maybe you'll interview him sometime.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah,
we should call your husband on the program, and
yeah.
and
So,
get him to tell us about how he came. From what
yeah,
I remember him telling me, it was pretty interesting.
yeah, it
Yeah.
was. It
Okay.
was.
So how long did this whole thing last? From the time the the Gulf War started, the siege of
So,
Kuwait,
so the war.
till the time you come.
The
Yeah.
war started only in January of the next year. We are talking about
Ah, the
1990
siege.
August. Yes.
The siege
19,
happened
yeah.
earlier. That's
Yes,
right.
1990 August 2nd is when he walked into Kuwait. We left
Right.
that is, I left around the first week of September. Around the 5th of September is when I left. I think I reached
Hmm.
back around 7th or 8th, maybe. Yeah,
Okay.
I think those are roughly the dates. And then the war
Yeah.
started only in January.
Jan.
So,
Yeah, that's right.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. So tell me, after having such a traumatic experience, over there, and I'm sure it was, it's such experiences, change one's perspective a lot on life. What did it take for you to, go back to Coimbatore? And I believe that's your husband's native place, and he's
That's
from
right.
there originally.
That's right.
So how was the change of scene? You were from Bombay that time, and then you went to Kuwait and had a great time, and then this entire harrowing experience, and then you come back and move to Coimbatore. So what did it take a lot for you to adjust, or
No, it
tell us
really
about
did.
it?
Yeah, very frankly, it
Yeah.
did. So I had an arranged marriage, and I always somehow I had this feeling I'll probably go to the south of India. A lot of uncles and aunts over here, and I always felt that I'll probably land up over here. So Kuwait, we knew was a temporary thing, and it worked out just great for us. Just the two of us, it it gave us time to sort of cement our relationship, get to know each other, and we did anyway. We were planning to come back to India. It's just that
Okay.
he changed our plans. We were going to come back a couple of months later. Yeah, that's the truth. That's exactly what happened. We were
Uh,
going to come back and have a family
wow.
here. Somehow we had this feeling that family should be in India.
Okay.
Not we didn't see the need to be there. So yeah,
Right.
adjusting was not a problem for me at all. Yeah,
Okay.
I maybe I was mentally ready. It was not a problem.
Oh yeah, that's good. That's great. So you did so you came in, settled down in Coimbatore, had your daughter and moved on with your life, and tell us, the all the other things that you started doing, your
And
husband
now
being in Rotary and all the work that you did. Yeah. So how was it? Were you so engaged in the community over there in Kuwait as well, or was it something that started off when you came back to Coimbatore?
yeah, that all that started actually in Coimbatore. In Kuwait, no, we were not engaged with the community at all. We were pretty much on our own. Now that well, that's funny you asked that because I never thought about it. It was just us, and we had a few friends. So yeah, it was very, 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 very private. Maybe after having a child and starting a family, then you start thinking differently. You meet more people. You want to give your child a different outlook. And I've grown up with a Rotary background. My father has been in Rotary ever since I can remember, maybe since I was less than 2 years old. So I was kind of keen that we should become part of this movement. We have a lot of friends in Roundtable at that time, Roundtable, and they were asking us to join. But somehow I had this feeling that we should be in Rotary, and that's how we got into Rotary. And it just took off from there. Like I said, this is what I was talking about. The reasons came up to contribute, and they say if the soil is fertile, the seed is ready, and then it just sort of grows. I think it was
Wow.
something like around the same time. Well, a few years down the line, very few years down the line, something called the Sindhi Forum came up, and we were very
Okay.
involved in that as well. Yeah.
Yes, you were telling me something about this new concept that you wanted to do with the schooling.
Ah.
Can you just tell us a little more about that and what happened to that?
Yes. So that was actually when I was president of the Sindhi Ladies Forum. We came out with this idea of this project where we wanted to do something in education. So I have this friend who is a counselor and an educationist, and she was telling me about the importance of having young children learning without writing. And I'm talking about when we start our children in school at age 2.5, formal education, 3, when they start nursery and then LKG and then UKG. And most children are writing at the time. And, all the parents want that A, B, C, D, CAT, CAT and all that coming. So she said the right way to teach children is by phonetics and by sound. And, the arms they're not ready to write. So when we write with our wrist. Whereas when the children write, they actually use their elbow to move. And when they say my arm is paining, they are very truthful. It really hurts. And then we whack them and say, no, you need to write. So we took this to our school in Coimbatore, to the school which is run by our trust here. And we started training the teachers. And it was a very good program. Well, that's what we thought. But it turned out the parents, were up in arms. And they said, if you don't teach our children how to write, then our children are going to be left behind. And so we will take our children out of the school. So those are the kind of things you face. So it's not, it's not always what you think is good. It's what they want.
Yeah.
So,
right. Yeah. So you also got involved a lot with the youth over there and some of the Rotary youth programs also.
Yes.
So what is it that you did differently for them?
Okay, so we've been involved in a program called RILA. It's called Rotary Youth Leadership Awards, and RILA is something which every club is expected to run, but there is you can do it your own way. Now, our club, which is the Rotary Club of Coimbatore Tech City, has a signature program which entails 2 nights and 3 days. We take the children out of Coimbatore, usually to a place like Ooty, and teach them about leadership, along with a lot of fun-filled activities. So, right from motivation to team building, public speaking, time management, all those kind of things.
Mm-hmm.
We were very instrumental, I'd like to say, Ramesh and me were very instrumental in even getting the program sort of, fine-tuning the program, getting in a workbook for the children. And then the other activities included trekking and mountain climbing and some yoga, talent night, and those kind of things. So the children were together and learning, and it was such a fun-filled activity for them, with so much of learning that it's been very fulfilling all the times that we've been given the opportunity to conduct it. Also, there's another program in Rotary called the Youth Exchange program.
They do that. Yeah, it's very interesting.
Very interesting. They're young ambassadors, and we've been very fortunate to be part of that program, as I've been counselor for the children who come. It's also very interesting. Yeah, children from all over the world who are coming and living with families here.
Yeah, right. So with all these interesting things, there is another project that you've been involved in very, very recently, and it's probably already launched, or it's going to be launched formally online. Can you just tell us what that project is all about and why are you so interested in that?
Okay, actually, that is a dream project of my Guruji, Kedarji Kharat, and I like I said, I learned Hindustani classical music. So he composed a piece on Ganesh, and he's put it to music. And during this lockdown period, we've all, he got his students to sing it. So we've sung it from our homes, and then we've taken videos. He's put it together in a video. He's edited it completely, and it's a beautiful video with instruments and the vocalists. And it was launched yesterday, actually. It was for the purpose of the Samadhi Day of the Guruji of the institution, Swami Shantanand Saraswati.
Right.
So it was a
so is it available online yet or not yet?
Not. It was launched yesterday on a channel which belongs to the Temple of Fine Arts, but it is hopefully it'll be available, and maybe you could see it then.
So here's what you're going to do. When it's available online, below this video, you're going to share the link so that the others can also have a look at it.
Okay, that'll be beautiful.
Okay, so Alka, you've done a lot of things. You've come a long way. Okay, you've had a variety of experiences, right? A lot of women leaders are asked, what's the most important thing that they would like to share with other young women? Okay, I'd like to ask you a different question. What are the most important learnings that you would like to share with the other young boys?
I would like to say that treat women with respect. I'd like to tell their moms that we tend to teach our daughters a lot, but I think we need to teach our sons. And being sensitive. I think for a boy it's very very important to be sensitive and understand what a no means. In any context. So be there. You need to be there for your partner. See, as women, we are always just there. So I think men need to learn. Yes. So boys, that's where they start out, and then they become men.
Right. Yeah. Good. So yes, thank you very much, Alka. Thank you. We're out of 20 minutes now, and I am very honored that you consented to come forward and share your story. To all of those who are watching, please do share your thoughts and comments. Alka, I must put up some of these comments on screen. A lot of your friends seem to be online, and here they are. Okay. So here they are. Here's another one. And okay, so all of these seem to be your friends, I guess.
Yes, they
They're
are.
all watching. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So for all of those who are watching, please do share the video with others who you think would probably benefit. Please like the page so you can get to know the notifications of when we are doing this next. And if you know of anyone whose story could possibly, similarly inspire, motivate, or educate any one of us, please do let me know. Reach out to me. It's on the same Facebook page, and I'll reach out to them. Meanwhile, thank you. Thank you for watching once again. Thank you, Alka, for being here once again. And
Thank you,
everyone,
Sandeep, for
stay
having
safe.
me.
Yeah,
Thank
Alka,
you.
don't go away. I'll just end this broadcast right now.
Yeah.
So please don't go away. Thanks. Yeah.